What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to show you this clip today, and we're going to be talking about a congressperson, actually the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and he's going to be talking about crime in D.C. and the reason why the National Guard is there. And then he was asked a question about his district, and his response was really shocking to me. And I want to talk a little bit about this. I think this is very important. I posted this on TikTok. So if you guys don't know, and I've had this TikTok for a little while, and I'm going to start posting on there more often, but I put together the little video. Obviously, the interview was on CNN, but I put together the video and posted it. So we're going to watch that. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, so just to kind of fill you guys in on what's going on in D.C., you have the National Guard out there in D.C. You also have federal agents out in D.C., and they're just pretty much walking around the streets. I want to show you this clip, and then I want to talk a little bit about it. I do have a law enforcement background. I'm retired now, but I worked law enforcement for 21 years. And I think the current administration is going about it the wrong way when it comes to having this police presence or military presence is basically what we're seeing right now. And so let me show you guys the clip. We'll talk a little bit about what the speaker said, and then we'll talk a little bit about what needs to be done in order to help the people. If you really want to help the people in D.C., there are ways to go about it, and I don't think this is the right way. So let's go and play the clip. Here we go.
We've got to end the crime wave. We've got to clean up the city, and we've got to make sure that it shines as it should, as the nation's greatest nation's greatest capital. So we'll begin to do that.
I was going to ask when you might be calling for the National Guard in Shreveport, which is, you have part of your district is Shreveport. The FBI statistics, actually violent crime per 100,000 residents, higher in Shreveport last year than Washington, D.C.
There's a lot of good work that's been done. There's a lot of reasons for that. But we have a Democrat DA there who has not been prosecuting crime as some other more aggressive DAs have around the country. Soros funded that individual to be elected. But I'll say that it's an urban area that has a lot of problems that are happening around the country, and we have to address it.
So would the Guard help? If the Guard can help in D.C., the President has said he wants to send the Guard to Chicago and other places. Why not Shreveport?
I don't know. That's not my call.
Would you
it may
ask
be necessary. Well, I don't know. Let's take one city at a time and see.
Okay, so there was Speaker Johnson. Now, what really caught my attention was when he said it's not my call. So although I don't agree with the National Guard going into cities, but when we're looking at his district, yes, he does have a say in what goes on in his district. He should. He represents those people in that district. And so for him to just say, no, it's not my call. And so basically what he's saying is this is local. So the local prosecutor, the local mayor, the local everything, they need to handle this problem. But as a representative, as the Speaker of the House, you carry a lot of weight, and you can bring dollars to your district. And why aren't you doing that? You can bring more money for, if you want to hire police presence, if you want to hire more police officers, you want to hire more people in law enforcement in general, you can bring those dollars to your district. So it is your call. You can help out. And so for him to just say it's not my call, but when it comes to D.C., and I think what he's trying to say is because D.C. is not a city, even though it's run like a city, they have control, meaning the president has control and the speaker has some control over the D.C. area. But you also have control. You should have some control over your district. That's why you're in office. And so you see these politicians, they always try to backpedal when it comes to their district. If things aren't going right in their district, they want to say, oh, well, it's not my call. But if things were going good, you could guarantee that he would say, yes, my district is a model. We should be doing what I'm doing in my district. So I really thought that was interesting, that response. But at the end, he did concede to, well, we'll see. We'll see if maybe National Guard would be appropriate in our area. But right now, this is all political. Okay, you're sending these people out to D.C., and this is political. And I think the interviewer put him out there when he said, look, your district or at least part of your district, a city in your district, is more violent than D.C. So why aren't the National Guard there instead of being in D.C.? If you want to deploy the National Guard, if you want to deploy federal agents to different cities, it would make sense if you took the top 10 most violent cities per capita and put more of a law enforcement presence out there. And so you should start at number one. where's the most violent place in the U.S., and work your way down. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this whole military presence, having the National Guard out there. We've seen the National Guard. You see pictures of video of them picking up trash out there, doing construction work and things like that. That's horrible. That's horrible that you have the National Guard actually doing work like that when that's not their, not their role. And so we're seeing a situation that's all political. They just have them out there just to have them out there, just to say that they're trying to do something. If you really want to do something, these cities, these districts, they need money. They need money. If you can hire more law enforcement officers, if you can hire more people that can go along with law enforcement officers, different collaborations where you might have the healthcare agency out there with them. If you're dealing with the homeless, you have psychiatrists and people out there like that. You can also have social services out there to help. You can have teams that are put together, like a task force where you have law enforcement, social security, healthcare, probation, all these different agencies can come together and work in a city to help make that city better. And that's the way you go about it. But you need a permanent solution. This is not a permanent solution. Having the military out there right now is not permanent. They're not going to be out there forever. And when they go away, the crime is going to come back. And so you need permanent solutions. And a permanent way to do it is to hire more people in that city. So you need money. Because right now, I think it's costing like $1 million a day for them to have the military out there in DC. Why not take that $1 million a day that you're spending and give it to the cities and say, here's $1 million, here's $3 million, here's $30 million to start these different task forces, these different programs that you can have law enforcement, healthcare, social services, all of that, have that task force put together. And so that's what I think they should be doing. And it's unfortunate that you're going to have politicians like Speaker Johnson out there saying, well, this is not my call, but we really need to do something about DC. It amazes me. Why are you there? You're there to represent the people in your district. And if you're saying this is not my call when it comes to the most essential aspect of your job to protect the people, why are you there? Why are you there? So I want to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.